Shulchan Aruch tells us in Siman Sadiches 98 that a person can reach amazing levels in his tefillah and his preparations of tefillah if he contemplates and he has kavanah in his tefillah, that he can reach a level, something called his spashtus hagashmius, that he literally can rise out of his body, that his mind overrules his body, an out-of-body experience. In fact, he can reach close to levels of nevuah, of prophecy. Incredible levels a person has to reach. On the same page, however, the Shulchan Aruch tells us that a person, we have to realize where we are, and a person shouldn't daven in a place where there's distractions, or at a time where there's distractions. And even the Machaber actually says, nowadays, in the 1500s he wrote this, he says that nowadays we don't have to be so careful about this, because anyway we don't have so much kavanah with our tefillahs. Nevertheless, the Mishnah Berurah brings down the Prima Godim. It says, in the name of the Levush, nevertheless, we need to do what we can to make sure that we have as much kavanah. Don't daven in a place where there's distractions, where there's noise, where there's things in between us and the wall, which could be a distraction for us, or smells or noise. It can be a big distraction when you could smell the cholent cooking, boiling away for the kiddush ahead. Can be a distraction. A person should avoid as much as he can any distractions. However, the Shulchan Aruch says, what happens if a machshava does come? Once a person is distracted, of course, every person must aim, person can reach high levels, but he also must do everything he can to move any obstacles. But it can happen. Happens to all of us. V'im tovalo machshava acheres. If another thought, a foreign thought, enters a person's mind during davening, what should you do? Says the Shulchan Aruch, Yishtoik ashi svatla machshava. Stand still. Think of it. Just stop. And that moment then he says, it's also quoting the Sefer Orchos Chaim. The Mechaber says a person can think about also things that subjugate the heart, and he should think about his Father in heaven and such things. But the Mishnah Berurah brings down various other strategies which are quoted, which he pushes away, he doesn't like them, but he brings from the Sefer Eliyahu Rabbah in the name of the Kitzah Shelo HaKadosh. He says, Segula lahavir machshavas chutz. Here's a segula to remove foreign thoughts during davening. That is, before a person davens, he should take his right hand and place it over his forehead. And it should say the posuk, a special verse, you'll find it in chapter 51 in Tehillim. Towards the end, you'll find this verse, famous verse, Leiv tahor bara li Elokim. Hashem is created with a pure heart, v'ruach nochon chadash b'kirbi, and a renewed spirit, a correct spirit, he renews within me. And the Shulchan Aruch says, the Mishnah Berurah says, this he should do before davening to help him in davening. But actually he carries on and says, it's similarly, if in the middle of davening, even the Shemoneh Esrei, a person's davening, then he should wait a bit, and again he should place his hand or across his forehead. And although in the Amida or in a place of davening you can't say these extra words, he should think these words: Leiv tahor, a pure heart. Bara, Leiv tahor bara li Elokim, a pure heart Hashem created within me. V'ruach nochon, a correct spirit, chadish b'kirbi, he renews within me. He says 3 times to remove a person. Pass your hand over your head and say this verse, or think this verse, think this posuk, and will help us refocus and rechannel and get reconnected in our kavanah of our tefillah.